Welcome back to the Lotus Pathway channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about Reiki energy and everything related to Reiki energy healing. What is Reiki energy? How does it work? And how does one use Reiki energy healing to aid them on their wellness journey? So in today's conversation, I'm going to be joined by Rona Rodrig, and I can't wait to share all of this awesome information with you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll know when new videos are posted. And in today's conversation, we're going to talk about what Reiki energy is and how it works. And to do that, I've invited my friend, Rona Rodrig, to tell us a little bit about her experience with Reiki as a Reiki practitioner and help us understand what it is and how it's used and how you could use it to aid you on your wellness journey. And we actually just finished a intuitive reading and energy healing combo with a Reiki session just before we sat down to chat, and it was amazing. So I want to talk more about how you integrate those different healing modalities, but let's start with Reiki. So what is Reiki? I mean, especially in Los Angeles, we hear that term kind of mentioned a lot. And even in that Netflix show, You, there's a scene where the main character goes and gets a Reiki energy healing. So can you tell us, like, what is Reiki?
Sure. So Reiki is spiritual and divinely guided life force energy. Ki is life force energy, and it's the same thing as Qi in Chinese medicine and Prana in Indian Sanskrit. And so basically it relates to the life force energy that is in and around us and all living things. And basically, throughout life, whether from injury or from stress or negative programming or negative thinking, sometimes that energy in our body gets stagnant or blocked.
Right.
And so in order to help to rebalance it and align it and let it flow naturally again, getting Reiki treatments is a really good way. That, acupuncture, other things, but that's what Reiki is.
The life force energy. And when I took my Reiki level 1 and 2 certification, we were told that as healers, you're really a channel for that energy. And it's not that your energy is the one that's healing that individual, right? You're the channel. How does that work exactly?
Yeah, so that's absolutely right. And so when we get attuned and certified in Reiki, we basically open up the channel to be able to receive Reiki energy, divinely guided spiritual Reiki energy, and just channel it through our hands mostly, but also through our eyes. And so we correctly, as you said correctly, we're not guiding it, but it is guiding us. So we do, when giving a Reiki treatment, we do try to treat the chakras, the energy centers in the body, but truly the Reiki energy itself knows where to go in the body, has its own wisdom and intelligence, and we're just channeling it.
Right.
So we're placing hands on the body and in the auric field, in the aura, but the Reiki energy is then able to travel to where it's most needed.
Amazing. I love that. So it doesn't necessitate that the healer themselves have an understanding of where there might be energetic blocks, even though as an intuitive healer, you might get a sense for that. You are just serving as a channel and allowing that to come through you into that person, and then to clear those blockages and also bring good, strong life force energy into the body, right?
Absolutely. We also, as we open up and as we get attuned to Reiki energy, it does open up our intuitive channels more. And so we might get some information and guidance during or before or after a session because we're so open and receptive and channeling it. But even if that's not the case, the Reiki is still flowing and knows what to do and how to heal in the best possible way and that moment for that person.
Right. So a question that I had when I was going through the certification that I'm sure you can answer is, if the healer themselves is not necessarily in a good energetic space, maybe they didn't have a great day or they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, can the healer's negative energy be passed to the person that they're healing?
Interesting question. I believe not, because again, we're just a channel for the Reiki energy. And when we start a session, we're calling on Reiki energy and all other helpful energies and divine energies to come and do this session. So really, we're kind of taking ourselves out of the equation and just channeling. And also, as we do, we also are receiving a healing.
Oh,
because
bonus.
the Reiki energy is flowing through us. So so usually after a session, like people have asked me if like you feel tired or depleted, and I never do, because the energy is also giving me a healing.
That's so wonderful. Yeah. So if someone was curious about Reiki, and now that they have a better understanding of what it actually is, what are some different ways that they could use Reiki on their wellness journey? And I'll just give you an example. Let's say a person, much like yourself, at the time when you were going through a difficult period, maybe they were doing talk therapy, maybe they had just started meditation classes. How could one add Reiki into other things that a person might be doing to help them kind of with that journey to wellness?
So Reiki is super relaxing, first and foremost. The in-person session, like we did, basically the client arrives and can lay on a massage bed and just relax and receive. So it's super relaxing, it's super peaceful. And you can add it in with any other healing modalities or wellness journey you're on. So it never takes away from anything else, and it's always positive. And in terms of what people feel during a session, other than just relaxation, it's a really varied reaction. So depending on what the current situation is for the person, if it's stress or insomnia or an actual physical pain or an injury, they might have a completely different experience, but often they might feel heat or cold, depending on, where the hands are placed, and also not where they are. Like, my hand could be like on your head, but you could be feeling a tingling or a heat in your foot. Or they could also be feeling like a buzzing sensation in the body. And all of that means that the energy is moving and flowing, and blockages are being released. So everyone really enjoys the actual session, and often people will fall asleep, but that's completely normal and okay, and the energy and the Reiki is still flowing and doing what it needs to be doing. So
absolutely.
You don't have to people often go in and out of like consciousness, so it's like kind of a meditative state, and and also for some who are kind of intuitive or visual, sometimes they'll get like visions or information or guidance, which is also a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that I love most about adding Reiki to your wellness journey is you don't have to necessarily know where a blockage might be. You could kind of sense that something is stuck, and the other forms of healing that you're doing, either talk therapy or meditation or yoga, just doesn't seem to be moving it. I've found that when you visit or spend time with a Reiki healer and they're doing the work, that can often unblock stuck energy that you didn't really know what that was about, where it was stuck, which is such a gift, right? Because as a healer, you are the channel, and you're helping to facilitate that movement and that flow, but you don't necessarily, you as the healer and as the person receiving, you don't need to know where that stuckness. Stuckness? Yeah.
Stagnation.
Yes, thank you.
Blockage.
Stagnation. You don't need to know where it is. And so adding Reiki is such an amazing way to kind of get those little bits and pieces that you're not actively or consciously working through, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if someone wanted to get a Reiki session from you, but let's say they weren't in the LA area, can Reiki be done from somewhere else?
Yes.
And that's not fair because I know the answer to this.
Absolutely. So as part of our training, we also learn how to channel Reiki from a distance. So remote or distance Reiki is very common and very popular because a lot of people may not be in a place like Los Angeles where there's a Reiki healer in every corner.
Just like Starbucks.
Or, it really depends on who you resonate with and who you connect with and the energy. So yes, absolutely. I've given distance Reiki over the phone, over Zoom, but also the person doesn't even necessarily have to be communicating with you at the time. I've sent Reiki to people who are sick and going to surgery. I sent it to my son when he had like a basketball tryout that he needed like some extra like luck and love in.
Did he get on the team?
He did.
Oh, see, it works.
And then after that, of course, he asked for more Reiki. So they don't necessarily have to even know exactly when you're doing it, but it's a matter of, it's like a meditative state that the practitioner gets in and focused on that person and the healing that they want to transmit. So it doesn't have to be in person at all.
That's so amazing. So if you happen to have friends like me that are Reiki healers, they might be sending you Reiki and you don't even know it. But you might know it once you start feeling that like warm, happy buzzing, right?
Yeah. Or you can ask for it at a certain time. And then also you can Reiki just intentions and things as well, like resumes. Certain objects.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of people Reikiing their television when it didn't work.
And my husband and son, who are avid sports fans, often want me to send Reiki to their team during games. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I'm not sure it's designed for that so much. But it can never hurt.
Yeah,
so
that's a great point, and one that I think it's important for people to know is that you can't do Reiki wrong. Like your healer cannot cause you any harm while they're doing that practice, right? So, I heard one person in a class that I took ask like, well, what if I'm not channeling properly, or what if I'm, like I asked earlier, if my energy is off, like no harm can be done, right?
Right. It's all positive. And again, it has its own wisdom, the energy, that we're just a channel, like transmitting it.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that gave you a little bit more information about what Reiki is and how you might use it on your own wellness journey, or just to enhance your life as it is today if you're not dealing with anything particularly difficult. So hopefully I will have Rona back on for another video sometime in the future, and we'll talk more about Reiki. And also I wanted to talk about intuitive readings, intuitive energy healing, and how we combine that with Reiki, which I just got to do, how we can combine those different energy healing modalities to aid you even further. So we'll do that next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rona. Thanks again for watching. And if you want to know more about intuitive energy reading, intuitive healing, and how Rona combines that with Reiki energy, join us in our next video and we'll see you there. Oh, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when new videos are posted. See you next time.